The fun never ends with these three best friends. The fun never ends with the boys. With the boys.
Hello, you're listening to WIUX LP Bloomington, and this is the Boys Cold 1 Hour. I am Jonathan.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Clay. And
as
we
we
have a
said-
special
Oh,
show planned for you today.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much for tuning in, as always.
Hopefully you're not too stressed.
Hopefully you're not
about
too
it.
stressed. And if you are, it's okay.
it's all right. And hopefully you'll be
Okay.
less stressed by the time you're done with this.
It's okay.
Yeah. Hey.
Because you know why?
Listening to the Boys
Why?
Cold Hour is stress relief.
It's a natural proven stress reliever by doctors. And also, the fact of the matter is simply this, that we're talking about stress today, and we're giving you coping mechanisms. We're all stressed out.
Yeah.
I've been tearing out my hair all day.
I'm a mess.
I'm
I'm
stressed out of
this.
my mind, yeah.
But anyways, so before we get into that, get excited. Let your stress, take control of you.
You know, it's a good stress relief.
Is a cold one.
Cracking open a cold one.
Definitely is.
So get into
let's do that.
your mind your ice palace of stress. Look past all the worries and the doubts and
Oh,
there you go, you found it.
Stress reliever.
Who are those boys on the radio? They've got some cold ones and their own show. So open up your ears, listen to us. Forget your fears, there's no need to fuss, cause the fun never ends with these three best friends. The fun never ends with the boys. With the boys. We're so glad you're here today. Listening to us live from WX
Yes.
99.1. And yeah, we're doing it live this week.
Yeah.
Like every week.
Yeah, I was going to say, geez, every week. So, yes, our topic is stress.
Stress.
And coping with stress. This is a good topic, not a bad thing.
So first, in case you're not feeling stressed, which you should be, because we're college students and we need to be in stress at all times, we're going to give you some stress. Stress. Okay, so now you're feeling stressed.
Yeah.
You got your midterm coming up.
Deadlines.
I don't know how. This is the worst part. You're near the end of the semester, but you still have midterms
Oh, yeah.
and finals. So you have finals week, then midterms week, and then your nursing exams, and your animal husbandry exams.
Oh, no.
Your
You got the CPA.
Your CPA,
Oh, man.
SAT, ACT, you have to retake them because IU found you ineligible.
You got to take the FCAT.
You gotta take
the
the
FCAT,
Oh,
the
man.
MCAT,
the,
the
actually
LSAT.
the A through WCAT I've heard, and the ZCAT also.
AP exam, the Princeton review.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you gotta apply for the Road Scholarship.
What's
Oh,
that?
jeez.
I-Step?
I-STEP, yeah, yes, the
I-STEP.
I-STEP.
Do you guys ever have that? I don't know. That,
God,
I
my
think the I
professors-
stands, the I stands for Indiana, so I know you didn't
I guess I
have
had
that,
the
Jonathan.
F-step. I don't know.
You had the F step.
My professors are all making me retake the I-STEP, and it's so annoying.
Really?
Is this happening to you?
It is not happening.
You've got the
to me.
ICANN.
The ICANN, oh my god.
Oh,
The
those
eye candy.
dogs.
None of
Oh,
that.
the eye candy.
All right, it's stressful.
Jeez.
That's how you relieve
retake
yourself.
my high school
Yeah.
diploma,
Yes,
all that.
you gotta
all
do
that
graduation
GED.
again.
all again.
Yeah, you gotta do it all again. You gotta get your GED.
Yeah, they found out I forged my high school equivalent diploma, so I have
they-
to retake a test for that.
Coach found out I was technically ineligible to play. I'm a starting quarterback here at IU. So because I graduated with a 4.0 and not a 4.1, they're not letting me play for any of the games for the rest of the year.
Oh, but you already graduated?
Yeah, I graduated.
Oh, wow.
This is my middle school grades though. I actually never went to high school, which is the main reason why they're not wanting to.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
That's pretty stressful.
So I've been having a stressful week to say the least. No, in all honesty, I don't know. How are you guys feeling? Are you stressed?
A little bit.
I personally am a little bit stressed, and I don't know if Jonathan is either. Me and Jonathan, we have a pretty huge test tomorrow,
Right.
and let's just say it's destroying our lives.
Speaking of me
Not
and
really.
Jonathan in this test, should we introduce our guest for
Yes.
the week?
So
Yes.
we brought in a stress expert.
a stress expert, as you,
Yeah,
if you will.
because-
Stress
know.
expert.
We bring in the best talent here at the Voice Colon Hour for you guys to listen to. So we brought in someone who is always stressed to get their opinion first. No, I'm kidding. But anyways.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Should I introduce myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, so who are you?
I'm Simone.
And what is your
Simone.
position?
My position, I guess I'm the resident stress expert for today's
Oh, wow.
today's episode of Boys Cold One Hour.
The stress spurt.
The
First
stress spurt.
First special guest of the season. And actually,
Yeah.
Simone has been a special guest in the
I
past
have,
as well as
so you might
you
have
longtime
heard me
viewers.
before.
It's been a lonely season so far, honestly. It's just us.
Yeah.
Hey, we were trying new stuff.
We've been reaching out to everyone. Everyone's turning us down.
Everyone's
They're like, we
been
don't want to be
turning
on your
us down.
stupid
Hey,
show. No, I'm
It's been
kidding.
stressful.
Yeah,
No, actually,
hopefully-
we've been really selective. People are like begging to get
Yeah,
on the
begging
show.
to get on.
There's
I
a
just
line
got-
out the door every episode.
I just got off the phone with, the Kardashians, the Jenners,
Yeah.
Kanye, I don't
My
know what
professor,
he's
yeah.
Yeah, my professor,
We're gonna have
President.
President
Yeah.
McRobbie, it's like, geez, chill out.
He's like, please let me be on the show. I'll give you extra credit.
Hey.
Hey,
It's like, hey, I didn't know, I don't have 105% in the class. I don't think I need
yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, so we have a little bit of a tradition of the boy wonder and the boy blunder. This week, since it's stress week, we're going to be doing the boy stressor and the boy second guesser.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Wow, you just pull that one out right now?
I thought we were.
I thought we
we
were
actually
doing-
had a couple other ideas.
Ooh,
We had the
let's-
boy-
We were going to do the boy crackpot
Uh-huh.
and the boy jackpot.
Oh, let's not do that one. 'cause
Or the
that might
boy
be-
best and the boy stressed.
Oh, yeah, let's do boy best and boy stress.
I mean, all of them are good,
Okay.
honestly.
Yeah, all of them are good, but I think the boy stressed this week. Wait, is the boy stressed the good or bad thing?
Stressed is bad.
That's bad.
Yeah,
We're going to define that right now for today's episode. Stress, we're going to say that's a bad thing.
Well, I mean, I've heard different opinions on this
In
issue.
this situation, we'll say
In
it's
this
a bad
situation,
thing.
it's a bad
So the boy stress is basically the boy blunder.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
week. The boy who.
The boy stressed us out,
Right. Yes. Yeah.
and the boy best is basically the opposite of the boy one. Is the boy who did his best to not stress us out.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So to preface the boy wonder, which should I open the envelope right now?
Well, for boy blunder, you mean?
Boy best.
Boy
Oh, we're
best.
doing boy best first.
Yeah, we got to do boy best first.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
Wait, do we usually? How do we usually do it?
I think we do.
I'm so
I think
stressed out.
I don't know.
We just switch
honestly.
it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm so
yeah, we
stressed out.
kinda do. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm too
honestly.
stressed to.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, let's do it.
Yeah.
Boy, who's boy
Open the
who's boy
envelope.
wonder? Who's boy best?
So the boy best.
The boy
is
jackpot.
Jonathan
Falk.
Oh, thank you.
So there's a bit of a story behind this one. So
Okay.
last night at the Boathouse, which is the house that we all live at, we had a little bit of a pizza pie eating contest. We got
did.
2 large pizzas, 8 large
Each.
pizzas.
So 4 of us were competing.
4 of us were competing, so
2
2 each. And basically, we had to eat as much as we possibly could.
So we had an hour and a half to do this. So it wasn't so much about time, but you couldn't. This wasn't drawn out over hours.
Yeah, but I think time did play maybe a tiny
A
factor
little
near
bit,
the end.
yeah.
But so basically, Sergey, valiant effort. He got 9 pieces of pizza, which is a whole pizza and an eighth of another
Yeah,
one.
these were large Papa John's pizzas.
Yeah, and then
And he did almost eat a lot more. He
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
he didn't eat the entire.
Just,
Yeah.
His strategy,
Let's
he had
just say
like 3
I dipped out.
yeah.
He had,
Dipping a little bit too much.
he had three slices that were basically almost done, but none of them count because
He didn't actually finish.
he
them.
didn't finish any of them.
And then
Yep.
in third, comes me. I ate 11 slices of pizza,
Yeah, 11.
which is I guess 1 whole pizza and 3/8 of another pizza,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So almost 1.5.
which is definitely more than I ever have. I definitely hit my limit, but I got out when I was ahead. But
Right.
so I take 3rd place
Second place went to our roommate
and former guest
former guest Jay
Jay
Shukla.
Shukla.
Jay Shukla,
And-
who went in with 14 pieces.
Yeah, 14. And he had like half of one finish.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
14 and a half.
And he was
Yeah.
going strong, just the time cut out.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
for you listening at
right,
home
yeah.
is I guess that would be. Well, how much would 14?
A little, like basically two less slices.
Then
Two whole large
So 1
pizzas
and 3
minus 2
quarters.
slices.
Yeah, so 1 and 3. He had 1 3/4 of. He had 1 pizza and 3/4 of another one, and then Jonathan, grand winner,
man.
with 15 slices of pizza.
Yeah.
1 and 7/8 of a pizza.
Yeah, the
And-
last one all I had left was the crust, pretty much.
Hey, but it counts at the crust though.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
Right,
But you
yeah.
basically
But he
ate
actually
2
ate
large
about, like,
pizzas.
15.8.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
so-
pretty crazy.
Congratulations, Jonathan. A little back.
Yeah,
I did not
thank you.
participate.
We're spectators, so that was Billy.
Yeah.
We're also spectators.
Billy was the coach actually,
Oh.
Yeah, the referee.
and the ref. Yeah.
Just the timekeeper. Just because I know for a fact that this whole thing started because all 4 of them started talking about how they thought they could eat the most food in one
Well,
sitting.
the actually thing way it started was that me and Jay were talking. I was telling Jay, I was bragging that if I was blindfolded and you fed me a burger from every fast food place, I'd be able to tell where
Oh,
it
right,
came
yeah.
from.
Which we should do that.
Which we still might do.
Oh,
Which is what I'm
oh,
telling
that'd
you.
be
That'd be
fun too,
so
yeah.
Because I
cool.
definitely would win that one.
You probably would, yeah.
I mean, who knows? But Jonathan was actually a big dark horse. Nobody thought he was going to win. He didn't think he was going to win.
himself.
But he took the tactic of eating a lot really quickly and taking a very early lead, and because of it, he won.
I think I ate the first pizza in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, how'd you feel after the
pizza?
Not so great, honestly.
Not so great.
It was not a prime moment for me. I was really happy that I won. I was a little bit stressed, yeah. I was Googling, I was telling Sergey this all day. I was like Googling stuff about how to eat more and like how to make myself more hungry.
I was too, yeah.
I was like looking up all these tactics. And then like as soon as I finished, I was just Googling like, I ate too much, like what do I do now? So I was like looking up all these tactics for like how to relieve my stomach pain. So I took a walk. I actually took a walk to Papa John's.
Yeah, he went to Papa John's.
So it was about a mile away. It actually helped a lot walking to Papa John's because it helps you digest the food a little bit faster.
Because what really got you what really gets you with the pizza, which at least for me, was the taste. Because eventually it starts tasting disgusting.
The cheese, especially.
And it gives you this worse aftertaste. So after I opted out, I actually ate like 10 chocolate bars, like little kid-sized chocolate bars, just to get that taste in my mouth. And it really worked. It tasted amazing.
I was waiting around and I was going to eat some of the leftovers, but at the end I didn't even want to just because I kept hearing you guys talk about how gross you felt all the pizza was. You were describing it and you're like, oh, the cheese is like sweaty. And I was like, okay, I can't eat this. Like,
I think I described it as if somebody went into Chuck E. Cheese and licked the bottom of one of the tables.
Sergey, can you talk a little bit about your strategy? That was
his strategy was disgusting.
A little bit unappetizing.
Yeah, actually, it was a very poor strategy as it turned out. So what I would do is I would eat the pizza and then I would leave the crust and I would dip the crust into water to get it nice and soaked so it'd be easier to chew.
I tried that too and it helped. Yeah,
it does help.
You took it to the extreme,
but it was too gross, and I actually ended up drinking like 6 large glasses of water, and I think I had a lot of water.
That didn't help.
Wait, why did you do that?
At one point, didn't you have literally 3 crusts in a cup of water?
Yes, I did.
Kind of gross.
I think he was doing that honestly for fear tactics to make us throw up. It almost worked. I was actually gagging. But it's funny. Once I got past like the 6th slice, it started getting hard. But once I was past like the 8th, I started almost having a gag reflex every time I put the pizza in my mouth. It was really gross. But yeah, no, for me it was weird. It was like, after I was done eating the pizza, I felt like just like so happy because I don't have to do that anymore. So I got a lot of energy.
Time, though. That was your tactic.
I took my time, but I think that's actually a bad thing. I think because you want to eat as quick as possible. So I got a lot of energy back, and I was feeling really happy to be over with that. But yeah, congrats to Jonathan, the pizza champ.
Thank you.
And also Jonathan. So why exactly did you do this? Why do you guys do this contest? Other than being the boy wonder, did you win anything? Was there
was there a prize?
Not yet, but part of the prize, apparently, we'll see if it actually happens. I hope it does.
It's gotta happen.
Is a Papa John's hat. So near the end, I was Jay was about to catch me, and then I was like, oh man, but I need to get that Papa John's hat. So I started eating more pizza. Yeah.
Which this is not a Papa John's sponsorship. It's actually the opposite. I would advise you not to go to Papa John's because after eating 11 slices,
they can
of pizza,
decide for themselves. We don't want to.
You decide for yourself. I want to sway you in the negative.
I kind of liked it the whole way for the most part.
No, okay.
Definitely the garlic sauce helped at the end. But
yeah, that might have been the move. But yeah, so congrats to Jonathan. And now for the boy stressed. The boy who caused us stress this week is
crackpot
Billy McDunn. So Jonathan, why is Billy McDunn the boy stressed?
So tonight we were getting our T-shirts for WIUX.
Yeah.
So we were coming by the studio to pick those up, and Billy found this parking spot, and he was like, "Oh, like I just hit the jackpot."
Yeah.
He found
this parking spot. He's like, "This is the jackpot spot." Yes, he started freaking out.
Yeah, and then like
it was a good parking spot, man.
Literally like a few spots ahead, like closer, there was like another open spot.
And then a few spots closer than that.
Then there was like even another open spot.
And then another open one.
And then we were like, wait, what?
So we were like, me and Jonathan looked at each other, we were like, is this the jackpot spot or the crackpot spot?
Yeah, it wasn't even close, honestly.
Yeah, so this guy was trying to make us walk like we were like a mile away from the place.
Hey, I was researching some coping with stress techniques. Apparently exercise is good for you. So sorry for trying to improve your well-being.
Well, I mean, I've heard of a jackpot, but this was a crackpot.
Hey, what can I say?
But hey, thanks for driving us.
Oh yeah.
But seriously, work on the parking. If you're gonna drive around us, you need to be on top of your game.
Sorry. I really apologize for driving you guys around so you didn't have to walk in the rain since Jonathan was stranded on campus.
I mean, I'd say apology accepted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you still the crackpot.
Don't let it happen again.
Crackpot spot. But
yeah, the crackpot spot was not a jackpot spot.
No.
It means a lot when you pick a jackpot spot, not when you pick a crackpot spot.
Ooh,
got it?
I got it.
A little bit of boys cold 1 hour tongue twisters for you.
Oh.
But yeah.
He forgot that we can't walk a lot.
Yeah, you forgot we can't walk a lot. We were in the parking lot. You in the crackpot spot.
Ooh, I like
We
that.
want us to be in the jackpot
We're
spot.
going to the spot.
We're going to the spot. I was getting hot
Out
in the
in
car.
lot.
In the lot. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Everything I've got.
Don't leave him to rot.
Yeah, everything I got was left to rot in the crackpot.
It was all for
spot.
naught.
It was all for naught.
Oh, wow. This is intense.
It was all for naught.
I will definitely.
I wish I had a bot driving me around.
Yeah.
Automated
Autonomous
vehicles.
vehicle?
Yeah.
Hey, I'd rather sleep on a cot than in the crackpot spot.
Yeah, well,
Shoot.
that's fair enough. So
Well,
thank you.
It was
for
a
the-
blot on your reputation.
Okay, really? I was just gonna say thanks for the critical feedback.
That's what you thought.
Oh.
That just happened. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was really
Yeah, yeah.
rhythmical. You might
Oh, that's what I was about to say,
Yeah,
actually.
you were
Literally.
really?
Yes, literally, yeah. Speaking of rhythm.
rhythmical. I didn't know that was
Grab your tater
Speaking of
tots.
rhythm,
Speaking of rhythm,
we've
We have
got
music
music coming up.
music, and it's a little bit stressful music, to be honest.
It might be, yeah.
Well, it's actually called High Above a Gray-Green Sea.
Ooh,
So-
Wait, is
that
that
would
actually
stress
what it's
me out.
called?
That
Because
sounds
Yes.
that sounds
the
kind of
last couple,
relaxing.
there's been a couple
little
times
bit.
where we say it's going to
What
be
if you fall
something.
off,
and
though?
Falling.
Yeah.
Falling.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
more
scary.
Is that
stressful.
you're for sure that's the name of the song?
Well, it's got to be because it's 4.5
Sometimes it's
minutes
not,
long.
but-
All right,
Oh,
I'm
that's
just
stressful.
stressed that we're going to say the
Oh.
wrong song title. Is all.
Yeah, well,
Enjoy the song. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Don't go away.
please get stressed. And we're back. That song actually was really stressful.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, we actually didn't know what song it would be, but we just happened to sometimes be like, oh, this is going to be a stressful song. And then that one,
usually our songs that we pick actually are kind of what.
yeah, because last time we were like, oh, it's a Halloween song, and then randomly it was
really
like,
was
this one's
spooky.
actually kind of scary.
Yeah.
And it was definitely the same case in this one. But yeah, sorry for stressing you out.
Maybe
more.
it isn't random.
Maybe
Maybe they know.
It's artificial intelligence.
Yeah, maybe they're listening to us.
Oh gosh, that's stressful.
Honestly, yeah.
That's
shoot.
stressful. So now that we got you all stressed out with that music,
Let's talk to each other. What are we stressed about now? Billy, what are you stressed about?
what am I stressed about? I'm just kind of. I mean, the obvious answer is like schoolwork. You know,
Right now, Billy, Simone, and I all have an exam tomorrow that we have not started
we
studying
have not
for
started
yet.
studying for it because studying's hard.
Yeah, so that's a little bit stressful. I feel like we're not stressed enough though.
Yeah.
Because if we were
Yeah.
really stressed, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll be fine. I think.
That's
but
one of the
We
problems
got
with.
to wait how much we wanted this to affect our grades, so.
Yeah, so you guys probably shouldn't have put 100% for this one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. I think Billy and I both have 15%.
What'd you
Simone
both
has
have?
10%.
10,
Honestly, it could be way
So,
worse. 15%.
yeah, that's not that bad at all.
5%.
Oh,
those are also probably the people who are
did
studying
that?
too.
Oh no!
I
Shoot.
think Tim is putting a lot.
Sergey, what are you stressed
man.
about?
Tim, he's this guy we know. Shout out to
Well,
you, man.
I have I-Corps, and I'm not in the honors I-Corps. I'm in regular I-Corps, and I have 4 exams in 2 weeks.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
Oh.
you
I'm
got some
not-
time though.
I'm not stressed out though because I
You can
started.
spread out the stress.
Yeah, I started
tests are
last
back to
week.
back, right?
They're all back to back. Yeah, so I'm just making sure that I've got everything covered.
What about you, Clay?
I'm stressed out. I have like a, I'm just stressed out in the grander scheme. Like, what am I going to do with my life? My car's not really stressing me out. My headlight's out, but it's not a big deal. Like, what am I going to do with my life? Like, what's going to happen to me? But then also, I'm like, I have a big essay due on Monday, and I haven't started on it.
You got some time though.
It's a rough draft.
Again,
It's a rough draft,
Yeah.
but it's also the rough draft for the final essay, which is worth like 25% of our grade. So I'm a little bit stressed out about that. I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah.
So how do you guys cope with stress? Starting with Sergey. Sergey, how do you cope with stress?
Oh.
You encounter a lot of stress, but you always like pilot it so well.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Usually, I like to listen to a lot of music. I know some people they have difficulty listening to music while they're working, but if you can just set aside some time just to listen to music, like maybe take a walk, clear your head. That's something that I always like to do, especially if I have a lot of studying that I have to do, or if there are several exams. I'll usually take maybe 30 minutes out of my day just to walk around and not to have to think about any of that at all.
Billy, what do you do?
I mean, the obvious ones, the healthy ones, I guess, would be just doing what I'm stressed out about, like if it's schoolwork or studying or
But some
something.
things you can't. If you're stressed out about, there's no immediate thing. Like,
Exactly.
If you're stressed about having a grade
Yeah.
coming back, it's like, what can you do?
Yeah.
At that point, is it worth being stressed about it? Maybe you should just try not to think about
Yeah,
it.
that is something that I do sometimes too. I just try not to think about it, which leads to an unhealthy coping mechanism that I do very frequently, which is procrastinating.
Oh yeah. We
which
probably
I
all
did
do
with-
that to some extent.
I did that
Yeah.
with this test as well. I definitely should have studied a little bit earlier. I try not to think about things that I'm stressed about, which is why when they come upon me, I kind of become extra stressed. I do think when I put stuff off, I do become more efficient and more better at getting
Yeah.
something done. Like if I wait for an assignment to
I
get done,
work best under stress, I think.
yeah.
But still, being stressed is not fun. Still.
Yeah, I work best under stress, but there's definitely a breaking point. And
Yeah, we were talking about this.
Jonathan
yeah.
can attest to this. There was literally, we had a finance quiz last week, and there was literally a point in the night where I was just like, yeah, I'm
He's
done.
like, forget it. I'm not doing this anymore. I mean, it was also 3 or 4 a.m. So in some ways, that's fair. You want to
Yeah.
get a good sleep too, but we don't have class until 2:35. So
Yeah,
but
hey,
hey,
whatever. No, but I would agree with Sergey that walking around, that's definitely a really good way to get rid of stress too, getting some fresh air. But yeah, Jonathan, what do you have to say?
Yeah.
How do you cope with stress?
Yeah, pretty similarly. I mean, exercise I feel like is definitely pretty helpful sometimes, especially lifting. Listening to some good music and
Right, but the problem is it's stress relieving.
Yeah.
But if it's something that if you have a test,
right.
you
You might not have time.
can't
for that.
really be okay, I'm gonna go work out.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times. So Sergey was saying music. I definitely agree with the music. I a lot of times if I'm stressed, I'll just blast music for a little while, and I feel like that helps a lot. Sometimes in SPIA, I'll just watch a few music videos or something, while I'm studying, and I feel like that'll help, definitely.
What about you,
Or just
Clay?
taking a break in general sometimes.
See, for me, taking a break is usually one way to get me more stressed because I get really distracted.
Yeah, same.
So I'm
Yeah,
basically
that's
a
true.
huge. I'm one of the worst procrastinators. I always put things off until the last minute. and I always wonder why I do, and then I'm always like, I'm never going to do that again, and then it always happens again. And you end up getting and it's just like a cycle, and you get no sleep as a result. But, yeah, I get really easily distracted. So my whole thing is, I guess I would not want to take any breaks or listen to music. Because music can push me into like, oh, let me watch this music video. Then I'm like on YouTube for like an hour, you know what I mean? Which is not very, very good for me at all. But I'd say, so that's an unhealthy way to do it. But then at the end of the day, I always procrastinate, but I feel like everything always gets done. It's not like I'd ever be like, you know what, I just can't do this. Like for an assignment. So at least there's that. Like I am able to at least at some point, something kicks into gear and I get in the zone and I'm like, okay, I'm going to finish this. But I feel like when it's something that I can't control, 'cause I feel like when you're stressed about something you can control, the kind of thing to do is just do it. You know what I mean? When I'm stressed about something I can't control, I don't know. I guess I would say definitely distract yourself. Like watch like Jonathan said, like listen to a movie, watch a TV show.
Do something fun.
For me to distract myself, which always works, is actually doing crossword puzzles, which I'd recommend.
Ooh.
Is go on the Washington Post site and do a crossword puzzle.
Oh, that sounds kind of fun.
Because they really clear your mind and they get your mind working in like a positive way. Because you're like doing something fun, you know, but you're like. So that helps a lot.
Yeah, it's cool.
But one big thing, if you're super stressed out and you're actually freaking out, which I would highly recommend, which I do this a lot, is to just move your head down and look at your hands and hold your hands in front of your face and kind of turn them around and kind of move each finger one by one and like, you know, maybe clench them, let them go. Because that really helps you because you're like, okay, I'm in control. It's okay.
Oh, interesting.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I can move this finger. It's my decision. I'm in control of my body. I'm in control of the situation.
That's true.
Everything's going to be okay. So that's really grounding, I feel like. Like, if you're panicking or stressed or freaked out, I would really recommend just looking at your hands, you know. Let's say you're worried about like missing a flight or something, or like you don't know what you're just, okay. You're in control. It's okay. If you miss this, if something happens, this is so inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. I always try to like think about like, okay, sometimes it can be pretty bad, but I'll think like, how bad would it be if like the worst case scenario happens, like from whatever I'm stressed out about, and I'm usually like, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Like,
okay, let's take what's a generic stressful situation? That's not schoolwork. Because schoolwork, I guess the solution is always to do it. You know what I mean? Let's say I don't know, like
Something you can control or can't control.
something you can't control.
Can't?
Yeah.
Got into a car accident.
You got into a car. Oh, that's perfect. So you got into a fender bender. You're sitting in the car. You're waiting for like police to come. This is your dad's car. Right. You know what I mean? He might be mad at you. Your parents might be mad at you. You might have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I'd say like what Jonathan said, like it's a thing. You know what I mean? I could be the one who got broken. You know what I mean? I could have died in a crash.
Right.
So in the grand scheme of things, is this thing as important as that?
That's
like,
true.
shouldn't you be grateful that you're like that nothing worse happened and that you're alive?
Yeah. And then at the same time, you can think about like, okay, what can I do to make the situation better or whatever? Or like, oh, like my parents are going to be mad at me or something like that. Like I'm probably going to have to pay for it. But then you can be like, hey, like, you know, I can work I can make some money, like, or whatever, also, or I can save up, or
also
can pay for this.
When you're stressed, the worst case scenario is always what you think is going to happen. Never the best case scenario ever. Like for example, the other day, last night I got pulled over by the police because my headlight was out.
Ooh.
And I'm thinking I'm freaked out.
Among
blah blah
other
blah.
reasons.
I'm gonna get a ticket. Among other reasons, no. All he does is give me a warning, and I'm like, you know what? And like for example, I actually did get in an accident one time, and I was like, my dad's gonna be pissed at me, like he's gonna be so mad. What?
I don't know.
Oh no, I don't think it matters.
Right.
But he's gonna be mad at me, and then I'm like, and then I talked to him, and he's very understanding because it's like your parents have probably gotten in an accident before, you know what I mean? Like unless you're crashing their car like every day, you know, running into like Taco Bell or whatever. I think they're probably gonna understand. People are understanding usually when you mess up.
I do think an important thing is once something's already happened and you can't control it, don't dwell on the past too much. It's like, okay, this is a given. Like, the car is damaged. It's going to need to be fixed. Like, that's a given. It's done.
Oh, true.
You don't go back and think about the what
Don't make it worse
for hours. You know what I mean?
Don't make it worse for yourself.
Like, that's over. Think about the future.
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely a worrier. So.
Oh yeah.
So for me, it's like, and my mom always says like, what does that accomplish? Nothing. It only. What's the opposite of accomplish? It does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it just makes you. It just gives you unnecessary fears and anxieties. So, so I always try to remember that. Also, if you're a worrier like me, just you're not really accomplishing anything at all.
I feel like one thing that helps if you're a worrier is to like hang out with other people. So you're not just like in your own head by yourself, like in your room thinking about
that
like
cannot be more
happening.
true.
If you just go and do something fun with your friends, like it'll like take your mind off of it for a little bit.
Because I would say we're probably all. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I love my alone time and I need it, but I'd say I'm an extrovert. I'd say we're all extroverts here.
I'm kind of introverted in some ways.
Not so much.
I'm 50-50, honestly.
Like for me,
I'd
I'd say I'm 50-50 too, but I need time by myself.
Yeah.
But I need time with people. Or
I'll go crazy if I'm by myself all day.
Like the other day, I stayed home from school, and I'm like, after that, I had I had like cabin fever. I was like, oh god, I need to talk to somebody, and that was only for a few hours. So I think I need both. So yeah, that is honestly great advice because nobody else is probably gonna be worried.
Right.
And you know what I mean? If you focus on the conversation and like focus in the moment, you're definitely gonna feel better. Mm-hmm. Or honestly, sometimes like tell somebody about it.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
They could give you really good advice.
Or like if someone else is stressed about the same thing, if you talk about it, sometimes that can be helpful. It can get worse, but
occasionally it'll make you more scared. But usually you're like, okay, this is like, because sometimes when I get stressed, I'm like if it's like a schoolwork, I'm like, I'm the only one who hasn't done this. Like, I'm the only one. But then you talk to somebody else and you're like, oh, wait, nobody's done this.
Yeah. So Billy and I were just talking about this. So like whenever I'm a little bit stressed about something I haven't done yet, I'll always ask Billy like, oh, did you do whatever the marketing assignment yet?
And he never has.
And then he never has. Usually, sometimes he has. But yeah, it always makes me feel better. I'm like, okay, Billy didn't do it either. Like, it's fine. We can do it together later, something like that.
I'm pretty sure Jonathan has asked me about like literally every assignment we've had
Probably
this
most
semester.
of them,
But I understand, like, I've asked you guys, and it makes me feel way better when you guys haven't done it.
Also, I feel like one thing that helps you out when I'm worrying, like if I'm worrying about like my future, I feel like it really like makes you feel better to think about all the people who like don't have it figured out.
That's
or like
true,
people who are successful now, but didn't have anything figured out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm fine. Okay. That could be me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely.
Or even think about the benefits of like if whatever you want doesn't happen or it doesn't happen. Like think about like like there might be some benefits to that. So like I was like worried about like because I was going for like an investment banking job. I was like, what'll happen if I don't get this? And I'm like, honestly, in some ways it might be better. Like I'll have a much better work-life balance. Like I was thinking about all like the positives of not getting it. Yeah. So you can think about that stuff too.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Wow, this is just an advice show today.
Seriously? Yeah, I know, really. That's the same if you crash your
just giving our listeners advice.
This is what my advice if you crash your car or something like that. It's the same thing that, like, I could have died. You know what I mean?
And you didn't.
You didn't.
You're fine.
You're alive in the world. Like how great is that?
Yeah.
And if you're dead, you're not worried about anything. You know what I mean? But I feel like stuff like that it's just a thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you can always be like, well, it could have been worse. Because I promise it
can always be worse.
It can always be worse. You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of the times you're comparing yourself to someone who maybe is in a better situation.
Yeah. That's one way to get stressed out is comparing yourself to
when there's so many people who are in a worse situation.
Stress yourself out 101 is to compare yourself to other people. Yeah, but think about all the people.
But it can't help if other people also aren't doing so well.
No, that helps. I'm saying compare yourself. If you compare yourself to somebody who's doing better than you,
superstar,
you're never gonna
this guy. Look, how is he doing?
Yeah, come on. Why can't I do that?
What's the saying go? It's like don't compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel or something. That's so true.
Good. I've never heard of that. That's really good.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
That's really good.
It's deep. I like it.
It's very, very deep.
But like they say, like on social media or whatever, people only put like their best stuff out there.
Yeah, nobody's like, I got turned down from my internship today.
Look at this good-looking kid on Instagram or whatever.
You know, I slept through class and then I actually spilled water all over myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That saying kind of goes with like, don't compare your first page to someone's like 6th chapter, because like if you just start something new, and someone else has been doing it forever, you can't compare yourself.
Also, can I real quick say something? This isn't advice. This is kind of advice.
Yeah.
Don't post everything good in your life on Facebook. That's only gonna make you look kind of like a tool and make everybody else feel bad. You know what I mean? If one great thing happens, tell everybody about it. But if you're like, I got an A today, it's like, okay, well,
oh my gosh.
Thank you.
You know what I hate?
Because if you're posting about that, what are you usually getting if you're posting about it? Think about it strategically. Like, if you fail all the times and get one A, don't post about the A, because then everyone's going to be like, oh, wow, that must be rare for them. You know what I mean?
I hate it when people post in like Instagram, they'll have like a screenshot of their grades for the semester. Oh my gosh.
You can't. That's the worst.
Talk about pet peeves.
Like, if you're proud of your grades, I'd go to Jonathan and be like, Jonathan, guess what? I got really good grades. I'm like, he's my friend.
Okay, really? Come on.
Not him. I go to Billy and I say, hey, I got really good grades, and he'd be proud of me, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to tell that to somebody who I went to like preschool with, who I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need to tell that to somebody who I had one class with and got like notes from them one time. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah.
Like, know your circle and tell that. That's why I feel like sometimes the people who brag about everything don't have those people who they can come to and are like, will be like happy for them. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Because I feel like sometimes, at least with my parents, I could do anything and they'd be like, wow, great job. Like, I could be like, Mom, I made like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich today. She's like, wow, you're doing so good. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, so, but I mean, not everybody has a good support system. I think finding a support system is a key.
Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I think it's fine to talk about your successes and stuff on social media. It's just don't go overboard with. There's a line you can.
Yeah,
cross.
no. Like, if one gets, if let's say you get like the internship of your dreams, which you did, congrats to Billy.
Oh, thank
but
you.
you know,
And to Jonathan,
neither of you guys
too.
posted about it, so take notes.
Yeah.
Then post about it. Like that's fine, but don't be like, you know what I mean. Don't be like, wow, like I have an A, everything is going awesome. You know what I mean? I got this scholarship. All you fools have to pay money. You know, I'm great.
Oh, jeez.
No, I don't
Also,
mind.
people on LinkedIn drive me crazy. I literally unfollowed this one guy on LinkedIn today because I'm like, I'm sick of seeing you on LinkedIn. Honestly, like you're always liking, commenting on this stuff you're posting about. Oh, you got this fancy job. I'm like, oh, get out of here, dude. Like, I don't need to see this. I don't even know this kid either. He's randomly connected with me on LinkedIn, and I'm like, okay, I do not need to see you.
Speaking of randomly connecting on LinkedIn, Jonathan made me randomly connect with some guy, and he still hasn't added
Did
me
he
back.
accept it? Oh no!
I feel like-
Wait, who is this guy?
I feel like LinkedIn is one of those things where if anybody adds me, I'll just add them back.
Oh yeah, I would never.
So
turn
we
someone
saw
down.
some
Actually,
guy.
I do not add everyone back.
Oh, I had everyone back.
My compass professor told me like if you were working with someone and they like were like, oh, we're interviewing with someone that you're connected with on LinkedIn, like can you tell us about him? You should be able to say something because what if they're like,
that's kind of dumb.
what if they're a
then.
complete weirdo or something?
That interviewer is they don't know what they're.
No, that's easy.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true. I should just
Yeah.
accept.
And their LinkedIn.
That's
Yeah,
easy. That's easy to say.
exactly.
Oh God, they're just not a hard worker. I don't know. That's so
man,
easy.
I hate that
Yeah,
word.
they're just. Oh God.
Then
you know.
what's the motivation of connecting with people on LinkedIn if people you're connected
You know,
to are
they,
going to talk
they
bad
came
about
with
you?
me. They came with me to build their network, and like, oh God, it's
man.
like they just never apply themselves to anything.
No, what were you going to say?
Do you ever connect with random people?
If somebody connects with me, I'm connecting with them.
I mean, like, do you ever like go and connect?
Not until Jonathan. So we found this random guy, and Jonathan added him on my account. I mean, I was okay with it. It wasn't like he grabbed my phone.
What was the reason?
But I'm actually kind of insecure now because the guy didn't add me back. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
He's
I've
probably
connected
someone like
with-
me.
Some
who-
people are really weird about it because I was talking to
true.
a coworker from my internship and she was like, "Yeah, I don't need anybody because everyone on here is a reflection of my brand." And I was like,
Okay.
"Whoa."
But who looks at other people like?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
You can be, Michael Myers, the killer from the Halloween movie, and I'll add you on there. I just want another
Yeah.
connection.
I'm trying to hit that 500.
I just
plus
want him to
level,
endorse me for Microsoft Excel.
Yeah. Okay, and that reminds me, I need to add a skill because you guys are really nice and you always endorse me for stuff.
Yeah, I endorse
But-
you for everything.
Of course, man.
Yeah, that's super nice. But the things that always comes up is endorse me from Microsoft Excel, and I don't know how to use Microsoft Excel.
I'm going to be honest. I don't
So
know
I need
how
to add a real skill that's like,
Yeah.
like
radio.
or like martial arts or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. Everyone listening, connect with us on LinkedIn, by the way.
Please connect with me. My LinkedIn is only.
you want to.
My LinkedIn is very bare. It's only where I go to college, and my picture, and the fact that I speak English and Persian. So
yeah.
if you need somebody who speaks Persian, holla at your boy.
Maybe we should make a cold one LinkedIn group or something.
yeah.
maybe.
All of our fans can join us on LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Professional
LinkedIn.
network just
I
for
do-
cold one fans.
I do need to figure out how to add skills because I don't know how to add skills for myself or
Really?
onto other people.
I haven't even
You can't add skills to other people.
It's pretty easy.
Oh, you
I can
can't?
show. Yeah,
You can't be like, okay, I'm
you
giving
can
you this
actually.
skill.
Someone did that to me.
Really?
You can do that. Yeah.
Well, that's what you guys do to me with my, because I have no skill. Like, okay, in the real world
You're right,
and on
you have no
LinkedIn,
skill.
I have no
I'm
skills.
joking.
My only skills are sitting on my butt while playing, Quake Deathmatch. At least that's what my mom
man.
tells me. So the fact that you guys are endorsing me is nice, but I'm like, what if then somebody's like, ooh, like 7 people endorse you for Microsoft Excel. Can you design the spreadsheet? I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know.
let's see, I know how to use Word.
Shoot.
I can use the internet.
Guess you could Google it. I don't know.
I can do Minesweeper sort of. That's actually alive. Don't endorse me for Minesweeper because I still don't know how to. I've never figured out how to play that dumb game.
Ooh, someone just tweeted at us and said I would connect with Boys Cold 1 Hour.
Ooh, you should connect
Thank
with
you,
us.
Duncan. Yeah.
Duncan.
All
Who's
right.
this Duncan guy?
He has
Wait.
another show. He has a show actually on WIUX as well.
Oh.
Duncan,
Yeah.
connect with us.
Yes, please
Yeah.
do.
Connect with Clay Catlin and Billy McDunn. I think you're already connected.
I'm
to me,
under.
so-
My name is William McDunn on that social
right.
media
My name is
platform.
Clay Catlin Filippelli. Add me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
with me. I'm
Endorse
so
for-
cute.
Yeah, add Simone C.
Yeah.
You don't need to endorse
Yeah.
her. She has 500 plus matches on LinkedIn.
But hey, I wanna connect.
Oh, connect with Andrew Waxman as well.
I have 2
Andrew
matches.
Watkins.
It's you
He's
guys.
thirsty for connects.
My only 2 connections are you guys, my grandma, and there's this other guy who won't add me
Blake's
back.
counting on you.
Jeez.
Oh man.
I
Yeah.
connected with a couple IU basketball players actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, you know those guys are
You,
gonna
do you
connect
ever?
with
You
right?
never even met them?
Nope.
Did they accept your connection?
Yep. Yeah.
They're your brand now.
Wait, I
Yeah,
should.
yeah.
I should
Hey.
do that. I should do that.
Honestly, yeah.
Cool.
And
Wait.
Xander Diamont, former quarterback, and now I don't even know what he's doing. I think he
Wow.
dropped out of college or something. I don't know.
I've classed with the current quarterback.
Really?
Or I had it last semester.
Oh, cool.
His name was, I think, Richard
Richard Lego?
from Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nice,
right.
dude.
He's an interesting.
Connect with him on
he's an
LinkedIn,
interesting
honestly.
guy.
Wow.
I wanna connect with him.
We'll be back.
Endorse him for football skills. or
Endorse him for
something.
football.
We'll be back with more of this conversation, but first, No, I believe we also skipped the sports. So, Sergey, do you want to do a quick sports and then a news?
It's a live read or something.
On the 40, is there a live read?
Let's start with the live read first. So the first Thursday's festival, mouthful there, of the semester is this week. All are welcome this Thursday, November 2nd at 4 p.m. to stop by the IU Fine Arts Plaza for good food, music, and people. Catch the first ever guitar ensemble performed by the IU Campus Guitar Ensemble at 8 p.m. to catch some of our very own WIUX DJs performing. So, if you guys are looking for maybe something to relieve your stress, I would highly recommend going to that.
That'd be a great way.
And then very quickly with the news, just catching up on some basketball. The Pacers beat the Cavaliers.
Yes.
So that was very interesting.
Hey, our team is almost all new, and we just beat the number 1 seed in the East last year. So I'm pretty happy.
Nice, yeah.
Victor Oladipo, IU basketball alum, is putting in crazy work on the Pacers. Ooh. Shout out to Victor Oladipo.
Ooh.
Oh, did he know he actually has an album on Spotify?
His album is really good.
Yeah,
he's like an R&B singer. Yeah, because I remember he dropped a single, and I'm like, oh, wait. Like, like I feel like a lot of NBA players are rappers. So I'm like, okay, it'll probably be a rapper song. Like, then I'm like, ooh, this is like kind of like this is kind of
groove to this.
Yeah, this is like very like groove. Like I don't know, it's very like chill and like nice. So check out Victor Oladipo's music.
One of the songs is featuring 2 Chainz actually. I don't know if you noticed that. I was like, whoa, 2 Chainz.
Victor Oladipo's awesome. Check out his music and check out his skills on the basketball court. He's crazy. He had a game winner like in the last like 5 seconds that like led him to beat the Spurs. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
Anything else, Sergey?
So are we doing news as well right now?
Yeah, just throwing one.
Let's do it all.
Throwing a news.
News in the 43s.
We're on a roll.
Oh, wait, what about the World Series? Is that over yet?
No, it's going on right now.
It's going on right now.
Go Yankees.
Astros and Dodgers.
Just kidding. I do like the Dodgers, but my favorite team is the Orioles from
I'm going for the Dodgers for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's real quick say our baseball team. Sergey, what's your team?
I would probably have to go with the White Sox.
Billy's a diehard Cubs fan, so watch out for that.
Okay, really? That's not true.
Actually, like diehard Cubs.
Not that there's anything wrong with. Not that there's anything wrong with being a Cubs fan.
Why?
My family's diehard White Sox fan.
Yeah,
I'm also White Sox.
So is Billy.
My family are also diehard White Sox fans.
Go White
And
Sox.
you know, I'm from Indy, no major league team, so I kind of float around. But I finally decided my team I like is the Baltimore Orioles because I like their logo the best.
They do have a cool logo, yeah.
A really cool logo. And when I was a kid, I went to Baltimore and I loved it. So that's my favorite team.
Yeah.
I have a couple teams. That's my number 1 team though.
Okay. My favorite team is the Florida Marlins.
Yeah?
Or no, Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
Miami.
My bad.
We're in Miami, baby. Yes.
Now
I
that's
kind of like the Florida
switch, right?
Marlins, but more than the Miami Marlins.
I like the Miami Marlins because I like their colors. They're like, are they
It
like
is cool.
orange and turquoise and pink?
Yeah. I don't know about the pink. But
So orange and turquoise, like the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
it is pretty good, yeah.
Some of the best color schemes in sports because nobody
Yeah.
else has that, and it's very like Florida.
Yeah, they just changed their logo a few years ago. And they had like this concert with Flo Rida. It was crazy.
Oh,
It was
that's
like
awesome.
This,
Did you go?
No, I did not go, but I watched it live on TV. So
Nice.
yeah, dude.
My favorite team is the Montreal Expos.
Okay.
Just kidding. They don't
Come
exist
on.
anymore. But no. But anyways.
So you don't have a favorite team?
No, the White Sox.
Cubs, right? Okay. Oh, White Sox.
Okay, Cubs are fine. I don't know why you think I hate the Cubs or something. I like the Cubs. They're probably
I hate the Cubs.
Cubs are like
Simone
second.
hates the Cubs.
Cubs are like second place. I have nothing
kinda like
wrong.
the
I have
Cubs,
a lot
actually.
against them. One
I
time
kinda
was
like
at a
them.
Crosstown Classic, and then they started a fight. It was huge.
The Cubs,
Oh, no.
the Cubs are fine. The Cubs are fine. It's just I just don't really have an opinion. You know what I mean? Like the White Sox, I would want them to win. If the Cubs win the World Series, which they did, it was nice. I was happy for
No,
them.
I wasn't.
It's like
Oh, jeez.
it's
Oh my
like
God.
it's like when you're like I think this is not my words, but this is something that someone else said. It's like when you're like older brother who really should have moved out of the house by now and gotten a job. Like he finally does it, and you're like, well, I'm happy.
That's a good way to put it.
And you're like, you know what? I'm not really affected by this personally, but I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
man.
no, that's
Cubs
fair.
fans, okay, if you're
Hey, I don't want to roast any Cubs fans. The Cubs are fine.
Really never shut up about how their team is the best.
Oh, jeez.
I was
That's
annoyed.
true.
I was annoyed because all of a sudden on campus everybody's wearing
Yeah.
Cubs jerseys.
Well,
I'm
the
like,
thing is,
really?
Oh,
Were these
yeah.
all the back of your closet jerseys? You
Yeah.
just go to just Amazon Prime and get one day delivered.
Because like when I was going to school,
Hey, Cubs
like,
are fine.
Some of the kids like I went to school with are all Cubs fans, and like they went to shop elementary school, middle school, high school, and they just talked about how they're the best, and, like how they're better, and like the White Sox are nobody.
Oh,
So I'm just
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I can't take this.
Yeah, I worked with a Cubs fan this summer, and he literally would not shut up about baseball. He just talked about it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's loved baseball in general, but yeah. Shout out to Mickey if you're listening.
I don't
Yeah,
want.
Mickey, you're Cubs fans.
I don't
Someone
want
wants to
any.
kill you.
I don't want any Cubs
I don't wanna
fans to
kill
feel
you, I'm
attacked by this.
sorry.
I don't want any Cubs fans to feel attacked by this. I
Yeah,
feel
you know-
like
I don't want you to feel
know-
attacked, but I want you to feel attacked.
You should feel
Oh,
attacked
geez.
though
I'm just kidding.
if you're a Detroit Pistons fan. Then you should feel attacked. But hey, enough about that. Let's
Real
go
quick,
on.
live update on the World Series. It's 5-1 Astros. So we just ended the 8th inning.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So when
I'm going for the
Mets gonna
Dodgers,
come in?
but
Yeah.
I'm going for the Dodgers.
I'm going for the Dodgers too. I've been to
Yeah.
Dodgers games. My whole mom's side of the family's from LA. Go Dodgers.
I'll say
Go
I'll-
Mets.
My
I'll
grandpa's
go
a
with the
Dodgers fan, so.
My grandpa's the Dodger, actually. You know Jackie Robinson?
Oh really? No way.
Ooh.
No, actually, I do. The Dodgers are actually probably my second. I know you're not supposed to have a hierarchy of teams, but the Dodgers are my second favorite team because I used to go to Dodgers games as a little guy.
Nice. All right. Well.
So now we're going
That
to
was
do a
great
quick
news.
stress exercise. Stress
Okay.
exercise.
Oh right.
Stress
yeah.
relieving
I forgot about
exercise.
This, actually, yeah.
Stress relieving
This will be-
exercise.
They'll have to be quick.
So what we're going to do is give somebody a stressful situation, and they have to give them two answers. One is a healthy way to deal with stress, and one is an unhealthy way, and they have to answer which they feel like would be better. All right. So can I go first?
Yeah.
So who's
So-
this directed to? First?
Jonathan.
Okay.
So Jonathan,
Yeah.
it's an average day. You wake up at you roll out of bed at like 2:30 like you usually do.
Yeah.
Throw on whatever you wore last night out to the club, and then
Okay.
True story.
straggle your way to Kelly, holding your shoes in your hands. And when you finally get inside, you're settled in. You're happy. You're around your best friends, and then this is finance, and then all of a sudden you hear Eitan Goldman go, "Wow! Everybody passed up your big assignment that was due today," and you realize this is a true story, by the way. Oh my God!
No, it's not.
I have what assignment? And you turn around, you're like, "What assignment?" And everybody takes out this like
Oh
this
no.
like one sheet. Like you could have done it so easily if you knew about it. And everybody passes up the one sheet assignment. And you're
Yeah.
so frustrated. You could have done this if you knew about it, but you just didn't know about it. You just want to
Oh.
reverse time and go back and do it. How do you deal with the stress? Do you A, put your head down at your desk and just fall asleep, take a nap? Or do you B, ask to be excused, go outside and start screaming and punching the air and screaming obscenities?
So one of these, according to your research, is supposed to be healthy, and
One of them is
supposed to be
unhealthy.
unhealthy.
So how do you
Interesting.
deal?
say-
Do you try and take a quick nap to escape the stress, or do you go outside and scream and violently punch the air?
I think
Interesting.
I think I would take a quick nap.
Napping is actually very unhealthy for stress.
Oh. No.
So fresh air when you're stressed out can
With the screaming though?
but the fresh air can
It's
work
better than
wonders.
screaming at a person.
Hey, my mom used to tell my brother, go up and punch the pillow if you're mad. And I guess it worked on
yeah.
him.
Is that healthy though?
I don't know, but I think that the health air, the fresh air apparently works wonders, and apparently going to
Okay,
sleep
okay.
is just a way to escape your problems. Although I
Hey, well.
think both would probably get you in trouble if you left
Yeah,
and started
sleeping
screaming.
in class. So yeah.
But personally, for your well-being, you should probably go outside and scream.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Wait, now do we talk about what I would actually do? Or no, we probably don't have time for that.
Yeah, we might not have time for that.
Jonathan,
but maybe next time.
let's hear your scenario and who is it directed at?
Okay. Let's say Sergey.
Ooh.
You just can't get to sleep, right?
Oh.
You're really tired, but you just can't sleep. This happens to me recently. So what should you do? Should you take a bath, or should you smoke a pack of cigs?
I got all
hard
excited.
one.
I was like, "Ooh, I know this one."
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I think everybody does.
When I was looking it up,
By the way, and Simone is playing the game too. She has a stressful situation.
So I don't know. I don't think I'd want to. I mean, I don't think I'd want to smoke a pack. Did you say a pack?
Yeah, a pack.
A whole pack. Oh,
Or I mean
geez.
one if you want. You know, you
Okay.
don't have to go too crazy. Or a cigar if that's more your style.
I think
Maybe a Juul. I don't know.
Oh God, no jewels in the house.
I think I would take a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a
Yeah,
bath
you're
with
right. I
nicotine?
mean, that's more healthy to be honest. But
I saw that when I was looking stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just feel
I
like
did that last night actually.
Oh,
Literally,
really?
I
You
couldn't
smoked-
sleep
you
last
smoked a
night.
pack of cigarettes?
Yeah, so I got in the bathtub, smoked a pack of cigarettes, and then I fell right to sleep.
You actually just took a bath
In the bath,
You just got
in
a
the
bunch of
bath.
tobacco and you took a bath in like the chewing tobacco, right?
Yeah,
Did you
right,
actually take
yeah.
a bath last night?
I did, yeah.
Wait,
need to
literally
do
a
that.
bath.
Yeah.
Not a
How
shower.
was it? I think it's probably the
It
first
was
bath
good,
in the
yeah.
house.
Oh, that's cool.
No, I've taken a few actually. I'm a big bath guy.
I-
I've taken maybe like 3.
See,
but
to
yeah.
me, when
Nice,
it's like the
nice.
first day of like winter break or Thanksgiving break, I want to go home and take a bath.
Oh, it's so
And
nice.
that's just
yeah.
the best. All right, anyways, so Sergey, you answered that question correctly. Who is your stressful question? You don't have one.
Huh? Oh, I mean, I have one, but
Yeah, ask
Go
it
ahead,
away.
Who's it
Okay.
directed at?
So it
So-
can be either me, Billy, or Simone.
So it's directed at Billy.
Okay.
So you have an interview.
Yeah,
but
wake up. This kid's like.
so you have an interview,
Uh-huh.
but you signed up for it like last minute,
Uh-huh.
and you got a
usual.
spot, but you have it at 8 in the morning, and the night before you were up really late studying for something, and you sleep through the interview.
Oh god.
Oh God, nightmare. That's honestly says.
So, here are your two options. The first one, you kind of just need to just try to talk yourself out of like maybe that this wasn't such a big deal, or the second one is you try to follow up and talk to them. What do you do?
All right. Now, I would probably in real life I would
So
try and-
this is for his personal,
Yes.
for your personal well-being and mental health.
Yeah, I would follow up and talk to them and be like, "I'm so sorry I missed the interview. I had a mild form of bronchitis. That's the classic excuse that our roommate Jay always uses every time he sleeps through something.
Shout out to Jay.
So that's what I would do. Yeah, shout out to you, Jay. So that's what I would do.
So actually, either one of those choices would be fine, because the point of it is just to make sure that you kind of try to get yourself away from thinking about that. So you try to get yourself, to stop maybe like just focusing on one thing, just stressing about it, or just moving on to something else. So in this case, you could either move away from it, or you could move toward it, like, finding a solution.
Because the thing is, maybe these people will be important later.
Exactly.
Because you're probably not going to get the interview if you slept through it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's true.
This doesn't happen to you, so I can say that. But these people might, they might be, when you get sent to jail, they might, for manslaughter, they might be in the jury.
Right.
And you don't want to look bad in their eyes,
All right. Well, thank you, Sergey. So now I have mine. I'll direct this one at you, Clay.
Oh, okay.
So you're in the drive-thru at Taco Bell, and you placed an order for a cheesy bean burrito, and they tell you, "I'm sorry, we no longer sell that." So you're extremely upset. So you have two options here, and this is actually a true story that happened to one of our roommates. Shout out to Eric.
Yeah.
He dealt with it by punching the dashboard of his car repeatedly. But I'm gonna give you two different options.
Okay, thank
so
you.
you can you can instead of getting your bean burrito, you can order something else off the menu, probably a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Get some drink that, drink a cold one. Or number two, you can engage yourself in self-hypnosis, basically trying to basically convince yourself that everything is going to be okay. So which of those two?
In the real world, I'd probably, ask to speak to the manager, freak out, maybe cry.
Yeah.
But I'd say, based on those two, I think the self-hypnosis sounds intriguing, so I think I'd give myself self-hypnosis. Maybe convince myself I was never hungry in the first place.
That is actually correct.
Yeah.
Self-hypnosis is a weird term for it, but that's what I found.
And I'm guessing the
online.
caffeine is bad for stress.
Yeah, caffeine is bad for stress. So unfortunately, I love caffeinated cold ones, but not good for stress. So when you're up late studying for your test and you're stressed, try to not drink those.
Yeah, no, caffeine is terrible for me.
Try not to drink those things. Self-hypnosis, I think what they mean is more along the lines of just kind of like telling yourself, like, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Things are going to, and basically almost kind of tricking
So kind of what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
All right, now, so Simone, you have the last question, and since the only person left to ask is yourself, you can ask any of these guys.
Or wait,
what about collective?
I'll
ask all of you
Oh,
guys.
you already did one. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done.
It's fine. Yeah.
I should have done to Simone.
How about you guys just all answer what you guys think?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so put yourself in the shoes of a fellow Boys Colon Hour listener, and the show's about to start, and you're going on the website or turning on the radio, but for some reason there's just static. You can't get it to work. So you're starting to freak out. So do you either try to call up some dedicated fans, find out what other people are up to, see if it's working, or start to eat, you feel hungry, start to drink a little more, crack open a ton of cold ones, and, go a little crazy. So what do you do?
So it's obviously the second one, right?
I mean, yeah, you always have to crack open a cold one.
If this is real
the
life-
first one's a trick, because you're trying to say, like how Jonathan said, talking to people make you feel better. But if it's not working for them either, it's just going to make you so sad. So I'd say crack open a bunch of cold ones.
Yeah, I would say, I think the answer's in both. I mean, the answer, obviously, you should talk to people about it. But I mean, I like, cracking open cold ones, going crazy. I know that's not the healthy.
Yeah, eat a lot of pizza.
I know that's not the healthy thing. I'm just trying to be honest
15
here.
slices.
Yeah, I might eat some
10
15.
cold
I might eat 1 or 15 slices.
Oh, man.
All right, so...
Well.
Do you have anything? Oh, no, okay.
The healthy is, again, just be moderate. Yes, talk it out, find out what fans are working for them, try to join up with them, distract yourself. Or you can eat a little, but compulsive eating or compulsive drinking is never good for your stress. So.
True.
That's very
All right, well, we all
thank
learned
you.
a lesson today about that.
Yeah.
And do we have any listener questions at all?
Yeah, speaking of questions, we have a few we can hit on real quick.
Lightning
so,
round.
Speed round.
Braden asks, I have a couple of days to finish this essay, and I'm pretty stressed about it. Can you boys write it for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and as a follow-up, Alex Turner, I think it's some sort of bot, tweeted back at him, get it done on time, starting at $3 per page. Always, I'm available 24/7. And then he gave a link to his website.
Oh, that sounds so nice. You should use that.
Yeah, he just okay. So that's what you should do. Alex Turner.
Alex Turner.
To write your essay, $3 a page.
$3 a page. That's a steal.
Hey, that is a steal, honestly.
Yeah,
so,
geez, wow.
Yeah, hit up Alex
insane.
Turner, I guess.
All right,
Braden,
great. Yeah, so Alex Turner. The solution has already been given to you. Any
I think
other
it's
questions?
definitely a scam, but anyways, next question. Nathan asks, I want to know everyone's top de-stressing song.
Oh God, not the song. Let's just say to make a lightning, not the song we just listened to.
No, that one will stress you out.
Well, anything but High Above a Gray Green Sea.
Yeah.
All right, next
Good
question.
one. That's
was
the
all the
last one.
questions.
Good one would be Relationship by
I was
Young
thinking-
Thug.
I was just
Honestly,
thinking that.
That's such a good de-stressor,
Yeah.
honestly. Makes me so happy every time I listen to it.
Yeah, Don't Stop Me Now by Queen is also.
Oh,
we actually
Don't Stop
played.
Me Now by Queen.
Yeah.
I love both those
Also,
songs.
Ambient by Brian Eno. Ambient won the album. That'll put you in another world of relaxation and happiness and calmness. We love talking to you. We'll be back next
We
week.
gotta go.
Yeah,
Thank you for listening.
Don't stress out
Thank
too
you.
much.
Yeah, we hope.
Don't stress out. Go to bed. Get some sleep. Eat breakfast
Do your
tomorrow.
work.
Do your work.
But don't
okay?
sleep to avoid your problems.
Don't sleep
Yeah,
to avoid your
exactly.
problems. All right. Sweet dreams.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys for
Bye.
tuning in. Good night.